Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Shri Hanuma Bhima Madhvantargata Ramakrishna Vedavyasatmaka Lakṣmī Hayagrīvāya Namaha. Namaskara of Srinivasan Pranesh to all Sajjanas. We are going through a series of discourses under the title Vedas and Unbiased View. And this is the 17th episode of this series of discourses. So in the previous episodes, previous two episodes, we went through the Maṅgala Ślokā of Śrīmad Viṣṇu Tattva Vinirṇaya composed by Sri Madhvacharya himself. So we went through that God Śrīman Nārāyaṇā is specially known via defectless scriptures, that is sadguṇa. That is the importance of Vedas. We went through that. And God Śrīman Nārāyaṇā is superior to both kṣara and akṣara. He is supreme, he is Purushottama, and no one else is equal to him or surpass him. So we went through some Bhagavad Gita shlokas in support of this. The souls are also eternal. God is also eternal. Then how come God is superior to this? So all this we went through. We went through some Bhagavad Gita shlokas in brief. So now let us get into the 17th episode. So in Tika, Shri Tika Kritpadaru, Shri Tikacharya, Shri Jayatirtharu says, when we say kṣara, akṣara, if you note the Mangalacharana shloka, it is Sadakamaika Vigyayam Samadita Kṣaraksharam Narayanam Sada Vande nirdoṣa aśesa sadguṇam. So kṣara, akṣara, we went through that in the previous episode. So when we say kṣara, akṣara, then the insentients also have to be implied. Insentients are also implied in it. So he says, kṣara, akṣara padabhyam jadam api upalakṣyate. So, insentients, they don't have independent function. We think insentients are under our control. This may look a bit silly. So, when we say the souls which have the bodily destruction and Lakṣmī, who does not have any physical body or destruction of the body, both are inferior to God and the God surpasses them all. So should we really speak about the insentients? In our daily life, we see that the insentients are under our control. The mobile, we are able to move it from one place to another place. If I want to switch off, we switch off. If we want to switch on, we switch on. So this looks like completely dependent on us, and we have all power and control over these insentients. I mean, even the normal human beings. But it is not so. My preceptor in one of the lessons, he very clearly explained that the humans thinking that the insentients are under their control and power is also a delusion. I can move this mobile from one place to another. I can switch on, switch off. But let us say some virus. Virus means not the biological virus that the human beings suffer from. The computer virus, the mobile virus, let us say it enters, then the whole mobile becomes useless sometimes, becomes out of our control. This mobile is very small, so I can move it from here to another place. But let us assume a crane or a big mountain. I would not be able to move it. I would not be able to show my power. So if we think insentients are under complete control of the human, so when we say the souls have bodily destruction, so why should we speak about something that is under the control of the souls? Then it is not so. All the insentients are not under the control of the souls. The heart, let us say the biological heart, the body is insentient, the heart is insentient. Still, the soul could not control the heart. Suddenly, the heart, people get heart attack and they die. It is out of control of the soul. So, people thinking that insentients are under the control of the human beings is a delusion. Insentients are also under the control of God. There may be some deities. People may speak about natural calamities. There may be some deities who control it, but still their powers are also very limited. So insentients, basically, they don't have independent function. Some sentient is required to make it function, but the insentients are also under the control of the God. Because there are philosophies which says that insentients have independent functions, like Sankhya philosophy, for example. In our routine life, we see that small things like this mobile, laptop, table, all this does not have independent function, and the human is required to make it function. But how about the natural calamities? When tsunami comes, when earthquake comes, that is out of, means nobody makes it happen, but such things happen. So there are people who argue that things happen naturally, that is the nature independently functions, but it is not so. So when we get storm, cyclone, then the wind god is behind that, Vayu. So similarly, for every function of insentient, there is a sentient being behind that. So Sankhya philosophers, they do several arguments. They say the mother cow secretes milk when the calf is near, or it automatically secretes. So they say the insentients can have independent function because the body of the cow is insentient, whereas the soul is sentient. But the body only secretes the milk. However, we have to note that a dead cow cannot secrete milk, though the calf is nearby. It is because of the presence of a soul only the body secretes milk. So the function is not independent. A conscious being has to be present. And similarly, we speak like the sun shines, the wind blows, the river flows, all these. So the river, sun, all these are insentient. So but they are functioning. So those philosophers, the opponents, proceed to say that independent function is possible for the insentients. But the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad clearly says, wherever we say the river flows, the wind blows, the sun shines, so there all in all those places we have to understand that a sentient being, the deity of the sun, the deity of the river, the deity of the wind, those are present, and that is why it happens. So insentience does not have independent function, they are dependent. But insentients are also not under the complete control of the sentient souls. At my level, I can move this mobile, but I cannot move the crane myself with my power. So that is not under my control. I cannot move a mountain. My own heart, liver, kidney, all these are not under my control. Whatever attempts I make to take care of that, when time comes, everything becomes out of control and those stop functioning, leading to death. There are some deities who can control the insentients, which are even uncontrollable by humans. But still their powers are also limited. So what I'm trying to say is, when we say kṣara, akṣara, kṣara means the souls that have bodily destruction, and akṣara means Mahalakshmi, who is always in her original form, Swarupa, and does not have any bodily destruction. So here the insentients are not mentioned. The jada or the insentients are not mentioned. Though these are not mentioned, it has to be taken as implied. That means when we say the souls and Mahalakshmi cannot surpass the God, or let us put it this way, the God, he is supreme to souls and Mahalakshmi, that should be understood that he is supreme even to the insentient being. So whatever you take or we take, so he is supreme to that. He is only one of his kind, and there is nothing that equals him or surpass him. So jada jiva prakriti bhyo atyanta vilakshana. The God is vilakshana. He is completely distinct from the jada jiva prakriti. He is completely distinct from everything else. So some people, without any thinking or analysis, they compare God with human. So they ask, how can Trivikrama come here? I mean, as a Vamana, and he suddenly grew into Trivikrama. How can Vedavyasa, after incarnation, he can have Upanayana just in 7 days and proceed to the top of Meru to preach Brahmadi Devatas? So how come Krishna take Vishwarupa suddenly and become so big? Such things are not commonly seen in this world among the humans. So how can this happen? So there are people who raise questions like this, but all such questions are meaningless, because he is Loka Vilakshana. He is distinct from everything else. See, just because I have seen a fish, and if I proceed to say, I have not seen any fish flying, then how come the eagle can fly? That is really stupid, isn't it? Because the ability of fish is different, the ability of eagle is different, the make itself is different. So if I raise such a question, it will be very stupid. So similar such question is the thing that we discussed, like asking, how come God have so much magical powers, miracle, he can do miracles which is not seen among the humans? Because humans capability is very, very limited. They are very dependent on God. But the God is atyanta vilakshana. He is completely, absolutely distinct from everything else, and he can do. Narasimha Swami can come out from a pillar. Vedavyasa can grow in 7 days or within a second. That is his wish. Krishna can take Vishwarupa. Vamana can become Trivikrama, because he is Loka Vilakshana. And this is possible in God. And we have to trust this as per the scriptures. And comparison with the routines that we see is not a right comparison. So he surpasses everything. He controls the nature. He is not controlled by the nature. He surpasses everything. He is supreme. So when we say samatita kṣara, when we say he is supreme, he surpasses kṣara and akṣara, so naturally the insentients are also implied in it. So we went through 2 points now. The Narayana, who is ever saluted by Sri Madhvacharya, he can be known specially via the defectless scriptures only, and he is supreme. He surpasses both kṣara, akṣara. That also implies the jada, insentient. Next comes Sadakamaika Vigyayam Samatita Ksharaksharam Narayanam Sada Vande nirdoṣa aśesa sadguṇa. So nirdoṣa, he is defectless. And aśesa sadguṇa, so he has got defectless attributes. He is full of all infinite auspicious attributes. So nirdoṣa, he is defectless. Dosha means defect. Nirdoṣa means defectless. The name Narayana itself means the one who has got defectless infinite qualities. Na araha ayana. Araha means dosha. That means dosha or defect. Na ara means defectless. The one who possesses defectless attributes. And ayana means ashraya or the abode. So the name Narayana has got hundreds of meanings, which is given in granthas like Narayana Shabdartha. So I'm not going to explain into detail, but one of the primary meaning for the word Narayana is he is the abode of defectless, all perfect, infinite, auspicious attributes. So he is defectless, he is full of auspicious, infinite attributes. These two things we have to remember. So when we say nirdoṣa, when we say aśesa sadguṇa, so in Tattva Manjari Tika, Sri Narayana Panditacharya, he says aśesaha means pūrṇā. Aśesa sadguṇa means pūrṇā sadguṇa. Sadguṇa means auspicious attributes. He is full of infinite auspicious attributes. In the Tika to Viṣṇu Tattva Vinirṇaya, Sri Jayatirtharu says, Atra nirdoṣa grahanena paratantriya rahityadini aśesa sadgunam ityanena paripūrṇa ānandatvādīni ca anantani lakṣanani suchitani. That means when we say nirdoṣa, we have to understand that he is paratantriya rahityadi. So he paratantra. So he is not, he is completely independent. He is not dependent. So as I said, we are dependent for many things. For my survival, I need salary. I am dependent on a company. I work in a company and I earn salary, money. The company can pay me only when they have enough projects. So they depend on the client who give them the projects. The clients do project based on the market demand. So only when there is a market demand for some product, only when doing a project, constructing it and commissioning it will be profitable, then the client will proceed with doing the project. So I am dependent on the management is dependent on the client is dependent on the market situation, So it is a chain. It goes on like this. Ultimately, who decides everything, who has got the complete control of these things? It is none other than the God. So he is absolutely independent, whereas the rest, all the souls, and including Lakshmi, are dependent on God for their very survival and to exhibit their attributes, for their function and everything. So God does not have this defect of being dependent on others. That is not the only thing. So starting from this, he is free of defects, starting from being dependent on others. And aśesa sadguṇam ityanena paripūrṇa ānandattvādīni ca anantani. Ananta means infinite. So he is full of auspicious infinite attributes, starting from the attribute like Anandatva. That is the complete full bliss. Not only bliss, that is just given as a one of the attributes. So we have to take all attributes. His jnana is full, he is full of knowledge, he is full of bliss, and so on. And God is free of 4 types of nasha or destruction, which is a defect in case of others. As he is free of these 4 defects, he is called Sunitya, means Sanatana or eternal. So what are these 4 defects? Anityatvam dehahanihi dukkha praptihi apurnata nashascha chaturvidam nashaha chaturvido yeyaha tad abhave harehe sada. So anityatva, that is being temporary, being subject to creation and destruction, subject to change, all these. So this is anitya. Nitya means eternal, one without a beginning and end. Anitya means being temporary, not permanent. So then deha hani means deha means body. So deha hani means destruction of the body. Then dukkha prapti, experiencing pain. We experience pain in so many ways because of our karma. So we get diseases, we suffer. Some people don't have money, so they suffer in poverty. Even after death, based on our karma, we go to places like hell and we suffer there. So being into the birth and death cycle itself is a pain. That is a defect. So dukkha prapti for all the souls, this being in birth and death before getting liberated, is common for all souls starting from Chaturmukha Brahma. So birth and death is applicable to all. So anityatvam apurnata nashas chaturvido gyeyam tad abhave harehe sada. Abhava means absence. So Hari at all times doesn't have such defects. So first thing is being temporary. Second one is, that is anityatva. Second one is deha hani, destruction of the body. Third one is dukkha prapti, experiencing pain. So this is common for all souls. And the fourth one is apurnata, not being pūrṇā. That is deficiency in the attributes. So deficiency in the attributes is applicable for the souls because we have defects. So how come Lakshmi fall into this? She doesn't have, she is not anitya. She doesn't have any body destruction. She doesn't have any sorrow or pain as well. She is ever blissful, eternally blissful and liberated. However, this apurnata applies to even Mahalakshmi. She doesn't have all perfect attributes like God. For example, she doesn't have omniscience. In the matters of God, God is infinite even for Lakshmi. She also doesn't know him completely. And even if we take the rest, it is said that God knows better than Lakshmi. So others are needless to say. All souls are below Lakshmi. So the deficiency in the attributes is applicable to both souls and Lakshmi. Whereas the first three, that is Anityatva, Dehahani, and Dukkha Prapti, that is not applicable to Lakshmi, whereas that is applicable to the rest. And if we take time, space, and attributes or the nature, then God alone is perfect in all these three, because God is always present. He is present everywhere. He is omnipresent. Always present means he is present at all times. In the past, in the present, and in the future as well. He is present all times. He is present everywhere. That is omnipresent. And he possesses auspicious, defectless attributes at all times. Whereas if we take souls and Lakshmi, they have defects. I'm trying to explain how God is nirdoṣa, defectless. So souls, they go only by the time. Like God, the souls are also always present. They were present in the past, they are present now, and they will be present in the future as well. But the souls are subatomic in size. So if we take time, space, attributes, by time, God is also always present, souls are also always present. But by space, God occupies all space. He is omnipresent. Whereas the souls are subatomic and they cannot be present everywhere. So they have a defect there. But Lakshmi, she is present everywhere. And others like Brahma, Vayu. So they all, as per the gradation, they extend their presence. For example, if we take Mukhya Prana Vayu, he is present in every sound and he has got several forms, various forms, and he is present in the souls. He is, in the body. All the body functions happens because of Prana. Because all other deities, the deity of the eyes, the deity of the ear, the deity of all senses, the deities who propels our body, is all propelled by Prana. That Prana incarnated as Sri Madhvacharya. And the Prana is propelled by Viṣṇu. So, by time, God is present always. Lakshmi and other deities are also present always. Souls like us are also present always. So, by time, by space, souls are deficient in it because we are very subatomic. While I am in my house, I cannot be present in the next house. Right? I cannot be seen in other city. I am present here and I am only present here for souls like me. And when it comes to higher souls like deities, and when it comes to Lakshmi, based on their ability, they extend their presence and consciousness. So by space, God is omnipresent, and other deities, Lakshmi, they extend their presence as well. But when it comes to attributes, the souls also have defective attributes, and even Lakshmi has got defect in attributes. So what kind of defect? As we already discussed, she has not got pūrṇā jnana, for example. That means she doesn't know God completely. She has got ignorance, nescience in case of knowing God. Because God is infinite even for Lakshmi. So needless to say about others. So others have got defect in attributes, whereas the God has got all perfect attributes. So by time, by space, by attributes, by all three means, the one perfect being is God and not others. So others have got defects. So when we say the God is defectless, so we also have to say what kind of defects the others possess, isn't it? So that is why this discourse, this speech. So others have got defects, whereas the God is absolutely defectless and of all perfect infinite attributes. Vedas say God is nirdoṣa. Nirdoṣa means immediately the Advaitins literally mean it as God is one who does not have any attribute. Attribute means nature. They say God is one who does not have any nature or attribute. Then what kind of God he is? The Vedas completely speak about the attributes of God everywhere, like Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Are these all not attributes? So God has got attributes. Then how to understand this nirguna means he is devoid of or bereft of defective attributes. That is the prakrita guna, like sattva, rajo, tamo guna. Such things, such defective attributes are non-existent in him. That is why he is nirguna. So nirguna should not be understood as one who does not have any guna at all. We already went through what is meant by shavakasha, what is meant by niravakasha. So when we speak about the attributes of God, when Vedas speak about the attributes of God, it can be understood only in one sense, that the God has got perfect attributes. Whereas when it says words like nirguna, then it becomes shavakasha. That is, there is a probability that it can have more than one meaning. So we have to take that meaning to match the meaning of the Shrutis that are improbable to understand in more than one way. That is niravakasha. So nirguna means one who is free of defects, defective attributes. That again means he is defectless. That's all. So nirdoṣa. And pūrṇā means full, not in normal sense. For example, if I take a vessel of water and the water is full up to the top, is that full? That is also full. But I can have a bigger vessel full of water, which is even better than this. So full in the case of God, does it mean something like this? No. That is the maximum. Nothing else can surpass that. God is full means that is full. There is no defect. He is full. His attributes are full. And nobody else has got the attributes that can surpass or be better than this. So this is the maximum limit that God alone possesses. For others, it is infinite. So it is full means it should be understood as full in case of God, and nothing else surpass this. And most importantly, his attributes are absolutely independent, only under his control. Whereas the attributes of others, the souls and even Lakshmi, so that depends on the God. It is under his control. The attributes of the souls and Lakshmi are under his complete control. In case of God, the Vedas speak about this pūrṇatva. We can see the Shanti mantra for Upanishads like Ishavasya Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So it says, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The simple meaning of this Vedic statement is Purnam Ada, that is full. Purnamidam, this is full. That is full, this is full. The full emanates from the full. When the full is withdrawn in full, the full alone remains. So this is the literal meaning of this. But that means the root form of the God. That is root form of Śrīman Nārāyaṇā, root form Śrīman Nārāyaṇā. And from that, this means incarnated forms, all other incarnated forms. So they are all same. That means that is full, this is full. The root form is also all perfect and full. The incarnated forms are also all perfect and full. Even in the incarnated forms, say for example Rama, Krishna, God does not have any blemishes. So the full, the incarnated forms emanates from the full, the root form. And when the incarnated forms attain aikya with the root form of Viṣṇu, then the full again remains. So that means even the incarnated forms have got all abilities like the root form, and there is no iota of difference. The difference is only in the forms, but not in the ability. And all the forms attain aikya. The aikya is real only in case of the God. Advaitin says souls attain aikya with God. That is not so. That is not in agreement with the scriptures. The real aikya is between the root form of the God and his incarnated forms. So he is pūrṇā, pūrṇa guṇa. Guṇa, he has got guṇa pūrṇatva in his root form as well as incarnated form. If Krishna is the incarnated form, then he has got all abilities. He is full of all auspicious, infinite attributes as the root form, and he is not different from that. And when we speak about being God, being defectless and being full of infinite auspicious attributes, so the Ishavasya Upanishad says there are two aspects of liberation. So one is dukkha nivritti and the other one is ishta prapti. So let us say, I will give one example which my previous preceptor gave me. So say for example, somebody wished to eat an ice cream and he has got a fever. So while suffering from fever, how can he enjoy the ice cream? So first he has to get rid of the fever and then he can enjoy the ice cream. For that he has to go for some treatment, take some medicines and get rid of the fever. So getting rid of the fever is anishta nivritti. Means coming out of something, getting rid of something that is undesired. And then comes the ishta prapti. Ishta prapti means attaining something that is desired. Now the wish is to attain the ice cream and enjoy it. But while having an obstacle, the fever, how can they enjoy it? It will only worsen. So first anishta nivritti should happen. That is, one should get rid of this fever and then the ishta prapti comes. Similarly, for the sattvic souls, this samsara becomes anishta. That is the cycle of birth and death. That is an obstacle to attain liberation and enjoy our unmixed bliss forever. So attaining the unmixed bliss present in the soul's form, swarupa, that is called liberation. So to attain this liberation, first we should stop this obstacle, that is the birth and death cycle. So the moksha or the liberation is of two aspects. Dukkha nivritti. So the pains have to go. We should get rid of pains. Those should not come again. So the dukkha nivritti and ishta prapti means attaining the desired. So dukkha nivritti happens when we understand that God is defectless. So when we understand otherwise, like say for example, God has got some defects in the incarnated forms, then we cannot get out of the dukkha. We will reach hell. So to attain dukkha nivritti, that is attained by knowing God as defectless, nirdoṣa, and ishta prapti, that is enjoying the bliss in swarupa, in moksha, that is the liberated state. That happens by knowing that the God is abode of, and he is full of all auspicious infinite attributes. So these two aspects, nirdoṣatva of Narayana and guṇa paripūrṇatva of Narayana, have to be analyzed and understood. So this is the last thing which we had to see in the Maṅgala Charana Ślokā. So with this, I conclude my discussions on the Maṅgala Charana Ślokā. There are so many things. There are so many things in the Tika, Tippani, and from other granthas, as I told, from Ishavasya Upanishad, from Bhagavad Gita, and all other scriptures. So we can go on speaking about these defectless, infinite, auspicious attributes of the God. That is the nirdoṣatva and guṇa paripūrṇatva of the God. But let me conclude here because I want to keep it short. Because our real topic is on the eternity and the authority of the Vedas. Eternity and the authority of the Vedas. So let us not drag it further. Let me conclude here, and as time permits, I will try to explain further in some other discourse and not in this. So in the next part, let us go through what is meant by sadagama, because we said God can be known through sadagama. So we have to know what is meant by sadagama, and what are all duragama, that is the shastras that have to be avoided. So let us go through those in our next episode. Let me conclude this with this one. Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpana Vastu.